right now. Thursday. Squad is ready. J-Mac is back. Neek, we feeling good? You all right? We had a little gym day today, yesterday. We'll have some video evidence of that as we go. Graz and Mike Tannenbaum.
I had a gym day. Greeny was in the gym.
I took a steam. That's my gym day.
I resemble that kind.
Exactly. Tannenbaum and I were in the schwitz. We were out there jumping on boxes. In the meantime, Legler is up early this morning. And you know what? In his whole life, Legler didn't take as many threes as the Celtics did last night. Roll the highlight, the game we were all waiting for, championship finals preview. Jason Tatum, Celtics hosting SGA and the Thunder. First quarter, we're going to show you some Celtic threes. That's Derek White, and you're going to see Jason Tatum. The Celtics made 9 threes and 0 twos in the first quarter on their way to attempting 63 three-point field goals in last night's game. We'll talk about that in a minute. Meanwhile, in the third quarter, OKC's lead was 3, and then they went on an 11-0 run to break this open. Look at Chet Holmgren with the rebound, and keep your eye on him trailing the play. He's running the floor, and he gets rewarded. The big guy knocking down his own 3. OKC up by 6. Few possessions later, the lead is 9, and it's Shai. Again, an 11-0 run. The lead is double digits. 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Thunder by 6. SGA time to take over, working in the painted area. He would score 34, Thunder by 8. A minute to go, the lead is still 8. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has scored at least 20 points in 60 consecutive games. And the Thunder with a statement win, 118-112 on the road. The 63 threes that the Celtics took last night tie the single game record. Boston shooting 42% in the first half on threes, but in the second half, just 5 of 27, including 1 of 9 to close the game. Give me Legler on this. We'll talk about the Thunder in a second because they get the win, and congratulations to them. But I think what everyone was talking about, certainly in our meeting this morning and on social media, was the Celtics. We know they are a three-point reliant team, but 63 is a lot even by their standards. What did you make of the way they played last night?
Well, Greeny, first of all, there are nights throughout the regular season, not just last night, when I watch the Celtics and I think to myself, man, I understand the analytics and what they say and the shots that they're trying to hunt, and they believe it's best for their team, but they make themselves much easier to guard some nights. Now, here's what I will say about last night. Give the Oklahoma City Thunder defense most of the credit for that because they don't get beat off the dribble. No team in this league keeps the ball in front better than OKC, and they don't let you get hung out to dry one-on-one either. If you do get beat, there's going to be a flood to the lane. You know, I've described their paint defense as putting food in a fish tank. And when that food hits that lane, watch the way that these fish swarm toward it. That's what they look like from an overhead camera. So for Boston, it's already an issue. Against Oklahoma City, it's a significant issue because you're not winning the one-on-one penetration matchups. So you end up with a lot of possessions where that ball just stays on the perimeter. And look, you missed 43 threes in one game. You deserve to lose the game. It's actually, to me, miraculous that they were in the game taking that many threes.
I just had some fun with the numbers this morning. Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, and Peyton Pritchard combined to go 3 of 21 from three-point range, but God bless them, they kept heaving them up there. Now let's talk about the Thunder, SGA and company. I don't know if they need to prove anything to anyone who's really paying attention because they've been the best team, at least in the West, since it all began. But what did they show last night by going into Boston and taking that win?
You know, both teams shorthanded, so you have to start with that. For me, for them to go in there without their second best offensive player, without Jalen Williams, and do what they did and be able to play that well defensively against Boston on their court, yes, it's a statement win. Not all wins are created equal. That one means a little bit more to OKC. To your point, Greeny, I don't think there's anything left to prove in the regular season. Like, to me, it's obvious and clear that this team could potentially win a title this year. So the only thing left for them to prove now is the postseason. Last year they were, obviously even a year younger than they are now. They were the number 1 seed in the West, but nobody really felt like that was a team that could win 4 rounds and win a championship. This team feels a lot different. The next proof is going to come once they start postseason games. And can they have the sustainability to do that for a 2-month period?
They're 54-12. Their lead in the Western Conference is now 12 games. Legler, stay close.
Go into the Garden and take care of business. SGA, the 7th different player to score at least 20 points in 60 straight games within a single season in the league's history. The only other players to do that since the merger, MJ, Kobe, and Kevin Durant. Quite the list. Quite the NBA front office insider now. Bobby Marks joins the program. Bobby, good morning to you. Great to see you. What do you think was the biggest key to the Thunder's win over Boston?
Well, Gary, as great as Chet Holmgren was last night, it was a stretch in the second quarter when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was not on the court here. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma City started the second quarter with a lineup of Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Ousmane Dieng, and the two bigs, Isaiah Hartenstein and Holmgren. And they outscored the Celtics during that stretch and extended the lead. Gary, that's the first time that head coach Mark Daigneault has rolled out that lineup, and they did that last night in Boston here. And they did so without Alex Caruso and certainly Jalen Williams. The deepest roster in the NBA showed how good they are last night.
Yeah, they improved to 25-7 on the road, 1 win shy of tying their most in a season in the franchise history. Let's stay with some West storylines. Shams reporting that LeBron James continues to progress from that strained left groin, which he suffered in the fourth quarter of the Lakers' loss to the Celtics actually last Saturday. Bron has returned to L.A. per medical recommendation. The injury expected to sideline him at least 1 to 2 weeks. So, Bobby, the Lakers coming off that loss to the Nets on Monday sans LeBron, which left J.J. Redick calling out his team, saying the mentality was to take shortcuts. How confident are you that the Lakers can flip the switch beginning tonight against the Bucks?
Listen, if they go out and perform like they did in Brooklyn tonight against Milwaukee, they're going to get run off the court. I mean, that's just the reality of it without LeBron James, and they won't have Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes. It looks like they'll get Dorian Finney-Smith back here. But when you look at the effort from Monday night, and certainly the lack of rebounding, especially against a Milwaukee team and then a Denver team on Friday, Gary, the standings could look awfully different a week from now when you've got Murderers Row coming up. 6 games in 8 nights for the Los Angeles Lakers. Remember, Houston, Minnesota, and Golden State have won 15 games in a row. Those are the 3 teams that are behind the Lakers right now.
And it's the Lakers in the 4th seed in the West, Milwaukee tonight, and then tomorrow night in Denver. Denver only separated with LA by a half a game. So it's certainly crunch time. Bobby Marks joining us this morning on SportsCenter. Thanks, Bobby.
All right, finish of the night came by way of the Blazers and the Knicks. Yeah, in the Knick.
Starting right now, Thursday. Squad is ready. J-Mac is back. Neek, we feeling good? You all right? We had a little gym day today, yesterday. We'll have some video evidence of that as we go. Graz and Mike Tannenbaum.
I had a gym day. Greeny was in the gym.
I took a steam. That's my gym day.
I resemble that comment.
Exactly. Tannenbaum and I were in the schwitz. We were out there jumping on boxes. In the meantime, Legler is up early this morning. And you know what? In his whole life, Legler didn't take as many threes as the Celtics did last night. Roll the highlight, the game we were all waiting for, championship finals preview. Jason Tatum, Celtics hosting SGA and the Thunder. First quarter, we're going to show you some Celtic threes. That's Derek White, and you're going to see Jason Tatum. The Celtics made 9